Sup everyone, I said at the last video that this one would be me talking about mood swings in people with ADHD, because when you have ADHD, it can affect your emotional stability, meaning because the impact that the condition has on your behaviour and on how your brain functions, you can find it really, really difficult to recognise or manage emotions, whether they're positive or negative. So that's what I'm going to talk about. But before I properly get into it, I gotta make my usual mention. If you like the content and you want to see more, then follow me here on TikTok so you can support me, and you know, it's just a good motivation really to keep going. And besides that, leave a like, comment questions in the comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And here we go. So now, in mood swings with ADHD, what that means is that you also may become irritable or have a quick temper. Now, although that might be an aspect of a personality or your character that you might not want to admit you have, I'm here and I want to be honest, so yeah, definitely me. I can have a quick temper and I definitely get emotional. Because like I said, because the way it impacts how your brain functions, it also means that you find it difficult to regulate your emotions. And in that, also, due to the hyperactivity and inattention factors of ADHD, it also means that it can be really, really difficult at times to, how do I put this? Right? It can be really, really difficult at times to know what you're feeling, or to know what to say or what to do when your emotions start playing up and you're in a situation that where you feel out of control. Now, in my case, there have been several situations where I've gotten really emotional and I've said or done the wrong thing and felt absolutely terrible about it later, because people with ADHD also tend to feel emotions more strongly than others without ADHD, more intensely. So think of it like, if I were to get really angry over something that I know deep down I shouldn't really be getting angry about because it's not a big deal, say, a common thing is jokes. I can take a joke, and I love cracking jokes at other people's expense, and I'm used to my brothers doing it to me, and I'm used to friends doing it to me, and I do it back. It's a bit of playful fun, right? But there are times when the wrong joke will hit a certain way, and I'll take it offensively, and I don't mean to. Mentally, I'm thinking, like, rationally, don't take this offensively. Don't. It's not a big deal. But emotionally, it'll hit, and it'll hit hard, and it'll be hard for me to shut that emotion off, or rather to tell myself, hang on, this wasn't done to make you feel upset or feel angry, so don't feel that way. And it'll come out visibly, so, you know, I might get teary, my eyes might get puffy, you can probably tell, like, by my facial expression, I'm a bit upset or angry. I've been told by many people I can have quite an angry face, which, if I'm honest, it's kind of helpful when I'm doing my drama thing, because I tend to play like a lot of bullies or bad guys or psychopaths, and they're kind of fun characters to play. Oops, dropped a book. So, and when that happens then, and people start asking me about my emotions, I just get more and more irritable. I get more emotional because I don't actually want to talk about them at that time, or it's hard for me to explain it. And I try to say it's like it's almost like you have a jar of water and you've got the lid on, but it's still overflowing. So, and I try to explain that I don't actually know where these emotions are coming from. I don't know how I feel. I don't actually feel as bad as it might look to them, and that just makes me more frustrated. And when that happens, my only option feels like to run. You know, run. I need room. I need space on my own. I need to think. I need to rest and sort myself out, because I cannot converse with a person properly or rationally when I'm in that emotional mode. But as I'm getting frustrated, I may say something or do something that I don't actually mean, especially if it's in an argument, say, with my brothers. There's been several instances I've said something quite cruel or mean or degrading to them, and I've run off then because I couldn't handle my own emotions, and once I've settled, the guilt has hit me of what I've said or what I've done, because I've now hurt them, and that will be just as intense as when the other emotions were building up. So it is literally an emotional roller coaster sometimes when you have ADHD, and I will go back and I will apologize to my brothers because I never ever want to upset them. Now, this is the thing, as a kid, it's hard to explain, and sometimes, you know, it's almost like this consensus when it comes to, like, adults, that when a child is upset or when a child is angry or having a tantrum, it's expected, you know, you expect it of them. When they become a teenager, you don't expect it to be as intense as when they were a kid. But if you have ADHD, it might be. And that can give the wrong impression to teachers, to parents, to grandparents, to, I don't know, perhaps you have a job, and so to your colleagues or to other students or teenagers your age. And that's going to start making you feel then outcast, like you don't fit in and you are out of control, which will only increase those negative feelings. Now, when that happens, the mental state just drops. But there are positives, okay? There are always positives because there are methods and there are strategies. Now, like I've said, I think I said in a previous video ages ago about coping methods, the one is, yes, go, find your space, be on your own, chill, relax. I use my music, put my earphones in, shut off from the world, and breathe. And sometimes that's enough for me. Other times you almost need to like get into a routine, almost like a mantra in your head of telling yourself positively, not negatively, that yes, it's okay to be emotional. This is part of who you are. That's fine. But then also telling yourself, however, if you want support because you're feeling down, the only way you're going to get that is if you are able to tell them what's wrong. And if your issue is the opposite, like you're really positive and you're super enthusiastic and maybe that's rubbed off on someone the wrong way, like you've just come on too strong or too passionate about something, then you just got to remind yourself, hang on, right? Yeah, clearly you know how excited you are about this. Now the person, maybe they like it just as much or almost as much, but if you want to talk to them about this interest, you've got to calm down so then you can have a proper, fun conversation with them. It's all a mental state, you know? You've got to talk to yourself, you've got to persuade yourself, and you've got to do it in a positive way, because negative, it's not going to help. So, yeah, and that's the best I can say on that. But there are other methods too, of course. Some people draw. Of course, some people who maybe the anger portion is really heightened. Like one of my brothers, he doesn't have super anger issues or anything, but he gets irritated very quickly, and he's prone to outbursts of anger, and he knows how it can come across, and he doesn't want to hurt anyone, he doesn't want to hit anyone, so he might hit his pillow. Now, I know people who hear that and think, oh, that's kind of violent, does you think? It's like, no, come on, it's a pillow. One, it's soft, so they're not hurting themselves, and two, they're not hurting the pillow, because, again, it's soft. It's a pillow. So, but anything that works, just until you get into the frame of mind where you can almost do it, or almost regulate your emotions on command. Now, when I say on command, I don't mean instantly, I mean it'll take a few minutes, but when you get better and better at it, when you get more used to it, and when you get better at recognizing these emotions quicker in your own self, then eventually these mood swings won't cease, but they will become more manageable. Now, that's where I am at the moment, because I've developed a bunch of coping methods, and now I think about it, I should probably make another video all about coping methods, just for mood swings. But yes, something that I know some people don't know too much about ADHD. It does affect your mood, right? And it ties in again to hyperactivity, impulsivity, and attention, and all sorts, because at the end of the day, that's still just part of who you are. It's still just part of the condition. It's still just part of coping with it, dealing with it, living with it, and, you know, trying to get the best out of it and the best out of yourself, like anybody wants to do. So, there we are. Now, I have dropped the book, and I do not want to bend down and get it, because I might drop the phone. So, but in there is what my next topic I want to talk about that I can't recall off the top of my head. But if you want to see more, if you want to check out the next video, whatever it's going to be about, then please, as I said before, follow, leave like, comment, questions you have in the comments, and subscribe. And it really helps, you know, just to raise awareness and to motivate me to keep doing these. And if there's anything someone wants me to talk about specifically, I will do so. Just say so in the comments. So without ado, that's all I got for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye!